And look at this, I found parking at Silver Platters. Amazing. Yeah, we got here late, man. Oh yeah. Easy Street Records is where we got most of our list filled. We stood in line for about 2 hours there. Met Mazzy while we were there in line, another YouTuber here in the Seattle area. Just hit 20,000 subscribers. And then we had coffee for about an hour. We hung out with Mazzy and just drank coffee, talked about records and stuff. And then we went to Easy Street Records in West Seattle. Easy Street Records found parking. It's always difficult to find parking. West Seattle. Record store day. This neighborhood especially. West Seattle, Dana. We're in West Seattle again. There it is, the legendary Easy Street Records. And if you're a music lover, record collector, CD collector, whatever you are, you're visiting Seattle, I recommend stopping at Easy Street Records. If you're going to visit one record store in Seattle, this should be the one. It's just legendary. The bands that have played here, the relationship that Easy Street has with the city. Used to be 2 locations, now just this one here in West Seattle. But this is Mr. Matt Vaughn, by the way. I saw him at the record store. I asked my wife to take a picture with him. He is a legend in Seattle music. He was the manager of the band Grunt Truck back in the day, and then after Grunt Truck he got into the record business and selling records, and had a store in the bottom of Queen Anne, and now he's got this one where bands like Pearl Jam have played, Glenn Carlisle. Here's the bathroom. I had to get a picture of this. This is the Eddie Van Halen bathroom at the Easy Street Records, which was really cool. And the paint job here, we got reflectors, like car reflectors or something like that. There's a knob on the wall. Just interesting stuff, like an homage to Eddie Van Halen. Right there at Easy Street Records. This was cool. This is like a Johnny Cash work of art thing with the old flag. Johnny Cash poster there. Here's the cassette tapes. This one was, they had the Reverend Horton Heat up there on cassette tape. And then this is a hard to find album, but I'm not going to pay $20. Books, they had some books that pertain to the music business here in Seattle. They're at Easy Street. And here's the record store day titles, and they still had a plentiful amount. Here's some more of the walls coming up the stairs. So it's an upstairs, downstairs type of a situation. More records upstairs from there on Easy Street. Alice in Chains. This is a good record. I really like it. The EP, their first EP that they released. David Bowie. It's funny coming in here at 9:30 or something like that, and singing the records that you got up at 5:30 in the morning to get. they're still on the shelves. Some of them there. Look at that. He just had a ton of inventory. There's the Def Leppard picture disc, which I did not get because I don't know. It's like picture discs. I don't know. They're all right. We did have our eye on the Glass Animals picture disc single. Got the top down, sun's out. I got my jacket on because it's not real warm. And my hat to cover my baldness in the cold. But I could feel the sun beating down. Maybe I can get some solar panel action. There we go. It was cool meeting Matt Vaughn. He said he might do an interview with me someday. Seattle waterfront. Here we are. Dana, Seattle waterfront.
Yeah.
Do you like it? It's a beautiful thing.
It is.
It's a beautiful place. Beautiful place to be. G6 top down, Seattle waterfront. Now we got. God dang it. It's Royal Records, Dana. There it is. We found parking on top of the building. Hey, that's cool. There's a space station. On top of the building, Dana. We parked on top of the building. And here we are at Royal Records, the bottom of Queen Anne Hill, like literally right at the bottom of the main road off of Queen Anne Hill. And this is, from what I understand, used to be Everyday Records, or some of the people from Everyday Records started this. They asked us to wear a mask when we came in, which was like, okay. And then lots of great stuff. I mean, Everyday Records would fill up 3 of these spaces, 10 of these spaces. It was a pretty small space for a record store, I'm not gonna lie. Videotapes, look at this, they have the VHS on the side, and there's the AC/DC VHS tape that Sean sent me. Look at that, $8. That's what it's worth. VHS. These are, vintage pieces of physical media. Royal Records had one of the records that Dana was looking for, and she was excited to find that there. But I like the way it was curated. They made good use of the small amount of space that they had. Small, quaint, intimate little record store, which was very cool. There was 2 guys at the door with 2 turntables doing like DJ stuff, which I can't play, so I'm playing a YouTube Jeremy Black song in the background here. There's Pearl. Great album by Janis Joplin. This is the one Cars album I do not have, but I wasn't going to spend $40 for it. $35 for it, whatever. Back at the car, I can take my stupid mask off. Hey, to each their own, all right? When in Rome, wear the mask. Not going to make a stink about it. I mean, people are still getting sick, right? It's a cramped space. It's a tiny space, but it's nice. It's a nice little record store. Much smaller than the old one.
Was that the one that was huge?
Yeah. Of course we had to stop at Daybreak Records, of course. Put the top up. It was getting chilly. And I had to find what records I have. Fat Cat Records. Here we are. Look, Dana, we're leaving Fat Cat Records.
One of my favorites.
One of Dana and I's favorites.
Yeah, I like coming here.
Here in Wallingford, right next to Murphy's.
Good prices.
Maybe when we're drinking beer again, we'll have a beer at Murphy's. I'll have a Guinness.
Where's that at?
Right there in the corner.
We've never done that before.
I know. We've never done that before. That was new experiences. We're all about new experiences. When's the last time you did something for the first time? Right? I don't know. It's a fun thing to say. All right, I'm gonna drive. Linwood silver platters. Stopping here.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
I think I like them all.
Look, Danny, we parked right out front. Right out front of the place. And then on the way home, we were starving, so we stopped for pizza. Got us some round table pizza there in Linwood and some cheesy bread. The old G6 looked nice sitting out there. All right, YouTube, we made it home safe and in one piece, which is always good. No speeding tickets or anything of this nature. Not that I'm driving around like a maniac anymore as much. All right, so I'm going to open these in no particular order. And I'll most likely remember what record stores we got them from. Got, 3 bags. And we didn't always get a bag from every place we went to because we already had some bags, so... The first record I'm pulling out is it a Record Store Day record. Some of these are Record Store Day records, and some of them aren't. Some of them are just records we got. We went to Daybreak Records, and they don't participate in Record Store Day. Well, it's just the day. It's Record Store Day, but Record Store Day is also a business thing, and that's what he doesn't. So he doesn't buy the Record Store Day records. He just does his own thing, and most of it's used vinyl, although he has some newer stuff now, too. But we found this. This is an old Y&T, huh? From back in the day. Love these guys. Y&T Live. Saw Y&T open for somebody way back when. In the 80s. 1980 something. Yes. Good stuff. Got that for $6 at Daybreak Records. What else did we get? What else is in here? I just kind of mishmashed them all together. Ooh, this is also a good one that we got from Daybreak Records. Janis Joplin. And it is a double LP live in concert. And it is in good condition. I mean, look at this. Nice gatefold. There she is. Such a beautiful artist and a tragic loss. But we can enjoy the creative work that she did while she was with us in this world. Janis Joplin. Okay, hold on. And what else is in here? Here's one that will complete my George Thorogood record collection. I think I've got all of his studio albums now that I have this one. George Thorogood, Bad to the Bone, right? Been in a bunch of movies. You've heard that song. He's a great artist. He's more than just that song, all right? Great blues guitarist guy, rock and roll kind of dude. He mixes kind of blues with rockabilly, I would say. Got a cassette tape at Daybreak. And I had to pick this up. It's in great condition. And Vinny the Van plays cassette tapes. And he plays them well. I'll say it. He plays them well. So we got this old Ozzy Osbourne, The Ultimate Sin, on chromium dockside. That's getting fancy with the tape technology back in the day. That was Ozzy when he was being persecuted by the Focus on the Family and some of these organizations during the satanic panic of the 80s. He wrote a song called Rock and Roll Rebel, which I think has a lot to do with that time and some of his thoughts in there. I could do a whole video on that. Rock and roll rebel. So I know this is a record store haul, right? Rusty, where's the record store day stuff? Here it is. So I picked up this EP, David Bowie's Toy. I was thinking about getting it at Easy Street, and there was like a bunch of copies there still. And of the other EP. The other EP is like a 12-inch. This is like a 10-inch. But this one has 6 songs on it. And yeah, and it's got David Bowie. It's a creepy, it's the creepy David Bowie face on it. It's a little bit disturbing, you know? That's what I like about it. David Bowie Toy. Where did we get these, Dan? This was at, we're kind of going backwards so far. Oh.
Platters.
Silver Platters in Linwood. So Silver Platters, we started our day with Silver Platters. We ended our day with another Silver Platter store. There's only 3 of them in the Seattle area. So there's Soto, Bellevue, and the one in Linwood. And I got this because it reminded me of my daughter. I love my daughter. And I remember when this album came out, and I like this album. It's pop, but it's also punk. It's a pop punk album, to be sure. But it's more pop than punk. But anyway, it just, you know, she was going through a tough time. This was during her, you know, teenage rebellion phase, and we connected over this album, you know, listening to this album and some of the songs on it and talking about them and just how Pink felt what she was going through. I don't know when she wrote this, but it was cool that my daughter and I got to connect over an album, a piece of music. It was really beautiful. So that I saw that today. I've never seen it on vinyl. It's always been on CD. Now they released it on vinyl. Not a record store day thing. Sorry. Disappoint. My wife got this at Fat Cat Records. So it is. Now we're at Fat Cat Records. The Country Bear Jamboree, because she collects the Disney stuff. And there is no more Country Bear Jamboree at the at Disneyland, at least in LA. I don't know if in Florida they got something going on, but there's the old Country Bears from back in the day. That's what you would see. I think it's like a Star Wars thing now.
Yeah, I think so.
Country Bears got canceled. Just people got sick of them. You know, they needed to retire. It's good that they retired because I think all the animatronics in them was starting to get creaky and rusty. This is from Royal, the Royal record store, which you've never been to before. Royal, the people that started Royal used to own Everyday Music, or were involved with Everyday Music on Capitol Hill. So they took some of their stuff and put it in that little record store. And we got this, Glass Animals. My wife has been looking for this record and trying to find it everywhere. And no one has it sold out everywhere. It's like $50 on Discogs or something like that. And yeah, it wasn't cheap. I'm not going to lie. $45. Royal. But a great addition to the collection. Here's a record store day one. We got a Fat Cat record store day. This was on Dana's list. And we didn't see it anywhere except for Fat Cat Records, because he does some record store day stuff. Frank down there, curator at Fat Cat Records. This is Art Pepper, the rhythm section. Just a cool jazz dude with Red Garland, Paul Chambers, and Philly Joe Jones.
The pictures are in the back.
Yeah, there they are. The rhythm section right there. Very cool. Contemporary Records, Acoustic Sounds Series, Mono Edition. All analog mastering from Bernie Grunman. Bernie Grunman is a legend in mastering, so I've been told. I just believe what people tell me. But those people who know what they're talking about, what they tell me, you know, I'll believe that. I'm more apt to believe that than people who don't know what they're talking about. Just saying. Okay, got this at Fat Cat Records. I'm a car guy. I like car. I like rock and roll. I like music. You've probably seen that on my channel. I'm a mechanic and a fixer. But this is Jan and Dean. It's an old Jan and Dean record I got for $3. And a bunch of really cool car songs. Right there. Boom. Somebody wrote the... It's kind of weird. Like somebody wrote the track list over here for some whatever reason. I don't know. But interesting. Fat Cat sticker. I'm going to send that out to somebody. My next vinyl community, vinyl love train, VCR, vinyl community love train, something, vinyl community rewards. It's just easy to remember for me. Anyway, LA Guns, love this band. This is a cool, old, fun 80s LA band. The LA Guns, Waking the Dead, first time on vinyl, the 2002 classic from LA Guns. Love me some LA Guns. I don't care what you think. It's my jam. Kind of 80s. They were 80s, started out in the 80s and into the 90s, and that one's classic from 2002. All right. So here's a blues guitarist guy, another guy who I got right in the 80s, became familiar with. Had to get this record. There's a CD that's out, but I didn't get the CD. I didn't see it anywhere. I probably would have got it. Comes in a tin of this album. It comes in a tin, and it's a lot of cool stuff, but I didn't see it anywhere. So I got this instead. This is the same Billy Gibbons hardware. Billy Gibbons is one of the bearded guys from ZZ Top. You know, I can't grow the ZZ Top beard. I don't know what I'm doing. I need to talk to a beard person to help me get the ZZ Top thing going on. I don't know how many years that takes, but this looks like a cool album. It's got a gatefold, the whole thing. I'm not going to open it yet, so there. Just going to have to wait for that. What else do we get? Oh, got me a mat for my old classic turntable. This is from Easy Street, see? Seattle, USA. Easy Street Records, and it has a bunch of the Seattle bands on there. Seattle-based music right there on the dartboard. Don't throw darts on it. You play records on it. It's not rocket surgery. It's not brain science. Here's one my wife was looking for, and we have this record, but this is the expanded edition 2LP 180 gram featuring the original remastered album, early alternative takes, and soundtrack cuts. This is a Record Store Day exclusive. Stevie Nicks. Belladonna. It was $35. So, you know, I didn't get a lot of these, some of these, I mean, there was a few that are just out of my price range. Like I wanted them, but I'm not going to spend $50, $60 for the new Rolling Stones. You know, it's the sequel to the Hot Rock, is another best of thing. It's on like translucent, glow in the dark vinyl that I guess levitates when you open it just levitates around the room. I know it doesn't do that. But someday they'll probably have that, and then Record Store Day will exclusive it, and it'll be like $700. I don't know. It's getting crazy. But I ain't paying $60 for a double LP best of Rolling Stones thing. So this was a big record store one, at least in this area. And We Die Young, Alice in Chains. This EP, before, you know, the re-release here, was going for like $200 or $300. used, very hard, very sought after. This is Alice in Chains' first ever published recorded piece of work, so very cool. I'm a Seattle rock guy, and we like our Alice Cooper, Alice in Chains, as long as Alice in Wonderland, you know, all of it. It's all good. So now we're, just to clarify, I just blew through. So these were from Easy Street. Yeah, the one I got from LA Guns, that was from Easy, or no, Billy Gibbons was from Easy Street. These two were from the first. So these were, most of the ones we got for Record Store Day were from Silver Platters in Soto, Seattle, where I met with Mazzy. I saw Mazzy in line there. Another YouTube record guy. Was very cool to meet him and hang out with him, and that's the previous video to this one. It's Taylor Swift Lakes. She is a Record Store Day ambassador. So we got this one. I guess they got more than they were supposed to get, and some of the other record stores got very few of this. But they had like a whole case of them. So there were still like 17 when we left. But there was still, geez, how many people were in line after we left? We came back like, what, a half hour, 45 minutes later, and there was still a line around the corner of people getting their number and getting their records. So we like, so the thinking around this was, last year we went to Linwood, closer to our home, but most of the stuff was gone. So I don't know if they get that much stuff because it's Linwood. Also in Seattle, there's a lot more record stores, so there's more competition. And a lot of people go to Easy Street because, you know, they're famous, they're iconic, and got to meet Matt Vaughn. And hopefully sometime I got some of his contact information. I'd love to do an interview with that man because he's like a Seattle music, interesting dude, Matt Vaughn. This is another 7-inch. This is a Foo Fighters. Got a Foo Fighters 7-inch. Making Fire and Chasing Birds. Preservation Hall Jazz Band reversion. And then the Mark Ronson reversion of Making Fire. But yeah, I'm interested in that. Chasing Birds. Preservation Hall Jazz Band reversion of that song that's on the last Foo Fighters album, which we don't have. And the last but not least, it's kind of a picture disc. And this is, I don't know, this is something we just had to get because my wife and I are Glass Animals fans. She likes Glass Animals a lot. So this was their kind of picture disc thing like that. Don't want to talk. I just want to dance. That's what that is. And it's made in Germany. Where they make all the good records. All right, not all the good records. Some of them are made here. But the really good ones are made in Germany. No, I don't know. Are German pressing plants any better than the ones here? I don't know. It's up for debate. People can argue that all night long, as far as I'm concerned. We had a great time. We had some fun. We spent too much money. But hey, Record Store Day only comes once a year. No, it doesn't. There's going to be another one in June. Because there's other records that we didn't get. And a bunch of them got pushed back, you know. Like, well, we didn't crank them out fast enough, so we're going to push it back to June. And yeah, Record Store Day. I don't know. I don't know what to do about it. I don't know what to think about it. But there is, these Record Store Day exclusives only come out on Record Store Day, which is what is cool about it. Some of this stuff will never be released except for on Record Store Day. Now, what did I do with it? Here we go. Record Store Day exclusive. See that? See that? See that? You see that? You see that? You. It's that finger magic thing. Record Store Day exclusive. This will not be re-released. This is a Record Store Day exclusive. Some of it, a lot of it, they just release it on Record Store Day because it's a thing, right? But the Record Store Day releases only come out on Record Store Day. That's the only time they will come out, and then they're gone. They limit the pressings. That's what's cool about it. So, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, right? That's what people do. Or don't, whatever you want to do. It's your life, all right? I'm not going to tell you how to live it. Thanks for watching. We're going to listen to some records now.